Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure hosting you here today. In the short time that we have to discuss with you this topic, I would like to start by asking you, how did you, waken up to the truth, to the understanding that you're actually standing on the wrong side?
Yeah, it's been a very long 2-year journey, trying to best understand that you can hold multiple truths at once. I first felt the cognitive dissonance when there was a pro-Palestine protest at my school, at Stanford University, and they caused $700,000 in damages to our president's office, which he's also Jewish. And 12 students had felony charges filed against them. I just feel that, how does this free Palestine by damaging property? And they also has desecrated our school walls with very anti-Semitic language. They said pigs taste better when dead. They also said, fuck Israel, kill Israel, and America with a triple K instead of a C. And it was just very disgusting and made Jewish students on campus feel unsafe. And so when I first saw this, I was very confused, and I was didn't really agree. And then later on, I got an invitation to go. I received an email inviting non-Jewish students to go visit the Nova Music Festival's exhibit, and I was very curious about October 7th and the Nova Music Festival because I've heard of it in the news, but I didn't know much. So I accepted it. We went down to LA. And when we walked through the halls and saw the screams and the shoes of people that ran away, it was heartbreaking. And I was so frustrated and upset that I never saw this footage before, especially since the pro-Palestine side had fed us a very different narrative. I remember they had told us that October 7th was, in fact, a battle where the way that they justified it was that since it's mandatory for Israeli citizens to sign up for the military, that essentially Hamas was fighting pretty much all soldiers. And it was just a very disgusting distortion of the facts. And then seeing the Nova Music Festival and seeing kids my age just dancing and having to flee, it was just sad.
Yeah, it was one of the questions that we in Israel asked ourselves: how is the younger generation so easy to be convinced, on the propaganda against Israel, when everything on October 7th, or most of it, was filmed, was footaged by Hamas terrorists, was spread online on social media. So how do you explain, how easy it is to brainwash the young generations on campuses and through social media?
I feel that for every one post of pro-Israel side, there's 10 posts by the pro-Palestine side. And I remember on October 7th, we were flooded with, at least on my algorithm, that flooded with pro-Palestine, Palestinian flags. And I had originally thought that Palestine got attacked with how many flags I was seeing, And I don't think many people had seen the footage of of Hamas raping women or killing Israeli citizens in the way that they did. And when they did see it, it was already too late. So it was, at least on my feed, it was already too late.
Is it hard for you to stand against those voices, against the people who were your friends? You were demonstrating with them, you were protesting with them. How does it look like today for you?
Yeah, I definitely lost a lot of friends. One of my best friends of 3 years had asked me, there was a picture of me going to Israel on our Hillel Stanford's Instagram page, and my friend sent it over to me, asked me, "Is this you?" And I said yes. would you like to talk about it? And she immediately blocked me with no conversation. And this is like a 3-year friendship just thrown away. And when I came into this, I thought, well, I would be able to talk to people and explain my side of things, but immediately they like distorted and already have assumptions on what I'm going to say without being able to give a chance to say it. And so it was just really sad, yeah.
What's in your eyes needs to be done at the moment on U.S. campuses in order to change? You know, you're talking about the looting, the violence. Jewish students are living in fear.
I think that we have to focus on the messaging and have more young people, have the message be targeting more young people. I feel whenever I see the messaging, it you know, it makes an enemy out of like political correctness and wokeness, and we've seen that in like today's like speeches. But I think that a lot of young people want to be righteous, and they think that this is the way to do it. And so we have to give them the opportunities to come onto panels like this and have people, young people, speak to reach that audience. And so I think the issue is much deeper than the students on these campuses, but how the culture is, and we have to find a way to improve and increase the amount of debates and disagreement. We need to disagree because people are scared to speak up and speak out against the consensus. So we have to, as educational institutions, need to foster disagreement and debate within our classrooms.
Yeah, and I wish they would be obsessed with other countries. I don't know, Iran, the same as they're obsessed with Israel. Taryn Thomas, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.